Hello everyone, ThunderEgg here. So in today's video I want to look at all the characters that could be playable by the end of this year. Now, not many people on the English side are aware of the news, but basically I think sometime around half a year to a year ago, China had its national gaming conference. Basically in that conference, the CEO of MiHoYo stated that Genshin is supposed to have around 17 new characters per year, which so far we've only seen 6, with I'm not counting Ito because Ito's banner started in December and ended in January, but essentially Shenhe, Yaimiko, Ayato, Yilin, Shinobu, and Henzo. It's 6 as of right now, and Henzo is going to end by the end of 2.8. So basically from 3.0 to 3.2, which is 3 banners that's going to last for the rest of 2022, Genshin has to squeeze out around 10 new characters. Now of course that is very unlikely because there was a patch delay for 2.6, but I think Genshin will still get somewhere close to that number. From what I can gather, I have listed 7 characters that could very well be playable, and of course there's also news flying everywhere, the leaks on a few characters that are coming playable and a few new Sumeru 5 stars. Again, I won't cover leaks, but there are leaks out there on a few more brand new characters. So with that said, I believe that we're going to get a huge dump of new characters once 3.0 drops all the way until the end of the year. So with that said, let's get started on who these characters might be. Of course, first covering the Liyue part of the characters. For the Liyue part, there's 2 that are very likely going to be playable, Baizhu and Xiaoyao. Both Baizhu and Xiaoyao are Dendro Vision. Baizhu is most likely a 5-star and Xiaoyao is most likely a 4-star, just guessing from their lore importance. Baizhu is the boss of the Bubu Pharmacy, current caretaker for Chi-Chi, and he is the first person we've seen with a Dendro Vision. Plus, he's been basically in game since 1.0. As soon as we got to Liyue, he was there. So it makes a lot of sense for him to be playable as soon as Dendro reaction and the Dendro element is playable. It makes a lot of sense to up him very soon. As for exactly when he'll be rated up, my guess is when during 3.1, 3.0-ish, when they are rating up characters from Liyue. What they can do is they can bring the patch back to Liyue for about one patch, and at the same time they can rate up Liyue rerun characters, but at the same time they can rate up Baizhu, who is a Dendro character, so it's still up to the scene for Sumeru, but he is from Liyue, so he sort of works well as a transition. My guess is Yaoyao will also be rated up around the same time. Yaoyao is basically the same. Yaoyao, if I'm correct, is supposed to be a poem character. I know it sounds very weird, but basically lore-wise, Yaoyao God was also studied under Madame Ping for polearms, and Yaoyao is, well, she studied under Madame Ping but not guaranteed polearms. But Yaoyao and Shanling have the same master, and also Yaoyao is currently working under Gangyu. She's working under Gangyu's care. She's basically working for the Liyue government. The third one to cover is Sino. Sino is someone who has appeared in both the character introduction video posted by Genshin, or the same video that showed Diluc, Ningguang, and Ayaka. Sino also appeared in Genshin's manga. He was one of the person from the Sumeru scholar people, and then he was basically shown to be a polearm user. Now, as for the exact elemental types Sino is using, I know a lot of people are saying he is Pyro because of the pic within the Genshin video that showed sort of like him using a Pyro-ish vision, but I think so far Sino is very there's quite a few things with what element he's using as of the leaks. I think the elements that are concerned are Electro, Hydro, or Pyro, so we'll have to wait for basically 3.0 to see what element he is using. I think he's going to be the one to lead us to Sumeru, because basically the characters we met in the trailers for Genshin are the characters that are sort of we've interacted with closely as soon as we got to that area. We had an entire questline with Diluc in Mondstadt, and then Ningguang played a major part in 1.0's Geo Archon questline. So with that said, I think we'll have a good interaction with Sino, and so that it makes sense for him to be rated up in 3.0 or 3.1. The first one, of course, the Dendro Archon. Basically, her name is Lesser Lord Kusanani, and it's the name that the people calls her locally. So the same reason, it's basically the same name on the sense as the Raiden Shogun or Rex Lapis. We don't know her real name as of the moment, and we can confirm that she is Dendro. Of course, she's the Dendro Archon. I believe the leak says she's gonna be a lolly, which, I mean, a bold guess, but with that said, that's all we know. We also know she was originally a he before 2.1's Archon questline, but Miko referred to her as a she, so I assume Genshin changed her gender after they realized how well female Archon sells versus male Archons. So it's interesting to see because there's no more male Archons left. All the rest four of the Archons that have not been revealed yet are all females. So the fifth one is Kolai. Kolai is, I'm not sure if he's gonna be playable. Kolai also appeared in the manga. He was basically being used as one of the test subjects by the Fatui. He was later rescued, moved to Mondstadt, had a good time with Amber, and then later moved back to Sumeru to be part of the scholars together with Sino. Kolai never received an vision during his entire appearance in manga. However, given how much effort they have spent in developing the character, I think it makes a lot of sense for them to just give him a vision off screen and just make him playable. As for exactly what color he's gonna get, my guess is gonna be Dendro, because again, Dendro being the only element that has no characters in game, it makes a lot of sense for 3.0 and 3.1 to dump a lot of Dendro characters so that the Dendro will starting to have teams working around the Dendro element as well. As for exactly when she'll be released, my guess is 3.0, very likely, worst case 3.1, because he is someone who has background from the manga, so it's very easy to bring him in early. The other two that I will say here are less likely to become playable, but still have a good chance. So the other two are the two upcoming, not exactly upcoming, but the two Fatui Harbingers, Scaramouche and Dottery. As for the Fatui Harbinger that is currently in Liyue, the one I mentioned a few videos ago, the one that is in charge of Fatui's finance, I don't think he's going to be playable anytime soon, unless they increase his questline back in Liyue when they do a patch back in Liyue in 3.1 or later on. So if that's not the case, then these two are more likely to become playable. It is known that Scaramouche, if become playable, is going to be electro guaranteed. As for, since Scaramouche doesn't have a vision, I think it makes sense that given that Genshin is already making adjustments to Archons having Gnosis versus Vision, so it's possible that they will set up a new form of elemental transmission tool, if that makes sense, for Scaramouche's type. The same goes for Dottery. Dottery doesn't have a vision, he has a delusion, that part's confirmed. But given that Genshin has already set up vision and Gnosis as two separate ways to transmit elemental energy, and of course the Traveler has her own thing, his or her own thing, I think it makes sense for them to essentially incorporate in delusion to be playable. Otherwise they would have to make the rest of the Fatui Harbingers all have a vision, which is very hard, because Child is like the only one who actually has any humanity when it comes to doing things, so it sort of makes it's gonna be hard to justify how the rest of the Fatui Harbingers got their vision if they don't make delusion ever playable. So that's all the 7 characters I can cover that I think will become playable before the end of the year. Scaramouche is the biggest one that is going to be uncertain, because that thread is basically MiHoYo can tie that up whenever they want. They can even wait like half a year or more than, like even more longer if the quest line is currently getting filled up very much. They can wait for a long time before they tie that up, because with Scaramouche with them tying up that thread, it also makes sense for them to rerun Child, but I don't think they want to rerun Child soon, because Child has 3 runs already and a lot of people have him and a lot of people don't want him. So that's all I have for this video. Please let me know who you're expecting from Sumeru. I think I covered everyone, but of course it's very likely that I missed a few. And of course, if you have seen the leaks, please try not to spoil it for the rest of the people. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.